Today on SAU News, the recently approved sexual integrity policy makes waves on campus. Hear what students are saying.
SVAD's film department rakes in awards at the Sunscreen Film Festival.
These stories and more coming up.
SAU News starts now.
Welcome to SAU News. I'm Christine Magnuson.
And I'm Josue Vega. Our weekly newscast is brought to you by the School of Journalism and Communication.
Southern's sexual integrity policy is now official. After 2 years of work, the University Assembly approved it earlier this week.
Our reporter, Aaron Patterson, has been covering this new policy as it's been developing. Aaron, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
A lot of students first heard about this policy through former student Ari Bates that said that it would have an impact on trans students from now on.
Yeah, maybe some students thought they wouldn't be hearing about this until next year, but behind the scenes, there's been a committee at work, and now a new policy will be in your student handbook next school year.
Southern's University Assembly gathered together this month to vote on the new sexual integrity policy, a policy that has been in progress for a few years. The proposed policy contains language on student pregnancy, sexual integrity, pornography, and more. The most notable language was on how Southern planned to handle transgender students on their campus. This part of the policy is referred to as guidelines. In regards to housing, bathrooms, and apparel, guidelines require students to behave according to their biological sex.
When coming to Southern Adventist University, what I expected is that they would align themselves with biblical principles, and with this whole issue that came up recently regarding transgender students, I think it's something that needed to be stated for sure, and I'm happy with the conclusion that administration has come to.
It's definitely what you'd expect from a SAU school. It aligns with their values. I don't see it too much as being discriminatory, but I definitely see how it's going to make people uncomfortable.
On Monday, April 11, the policy was voted for and approved through the app Slido. The policy will go into effect starting next semester. Keith Snyder is the chair of the Senate and had this to say about the policy.
So we had a vote. It was definitely strongest positive to accept the policy. A few percentage, 7-8%, sending it back. A few percentage saying, well, no, we need to do something else with it. It's really an update of what we currently have. A little finer, better language.
Feelings are running high on both sides with the passing of this policy. This is quite a split issue.
So Aaron, we've heard from those who support the new sexual integrity policy, but what about those who feel differently?
Yeah, so 2 days ago, a petition was started on change.org to remove the transgender clause from Southern's sexual integrity policy. In this short time, the petition has received more than 1,600 signatures.
So what happens if a transgender student desires to be called by certain pronouns?
That issue is still unresolved, but the university may make a decision on that next year.
So where can students see this new policy?
Beginning next year, the university will require students to agree to the student handbook as part of registration for fall semester. If students do not sign the agreement, they're unable to register for classes. If you want more details on this, check out this week's issue of The Accent.
Thanks, Aaron.
Multiple film majors took home top prizes at the Sunscreen Film Festival this month. The festival is for young creatives seeking to use film for social awareness, outreach, and uplifting. This year, it was held at the Loma Linda University Church. The weekend was chock full of film screenings, guest speakers, and a story pitch competition. It concluded with the presentation of awards. Senior film major Michaela Hounslow took both the Best Drama Award and the Best in Festival Award for her short film, Like Paper.
We were lucky enough to win an Audience Choice Award at the Wild Winter Film Festival that Southern does, and my little sister, who starred in the film, she's been so excited, and she's just been following this thing, and I told her if Like Paper won an award here, that I would give her the trophy from that, because she gave so much to it. And now I have two, and I don't know who to give it to.
Southern students took home a total of 7 wins, including jury selection, audience choice, best in documentary, and best in comedy. They also won several honorable mentions. The Sunscreen Film Festival is sponsored by the North American Division of Seventh-day Adventists.
The university's newspaper, the Southern Accent, will have a new editor next year. The Student Media Board has appointed English major Alana Crosby as next year's editor-in-chief. Alana has served on the paper staff in several positions, including staff writer, and this last year as Collegedale news editor. The Decatur, Tennessee native says she wants the Accent to continue its aim to champion student expression, ethical values, and fostering conversation on relevant topics.
There's a new weightlifting champion on campus. He shattered the university's bench press record. Reporter Hal Moore introduces us to the man who can now claim the title as the strongest person in Southern's history.
At the recent Clash of Titans bench press championship in Talge Hall, junior mass comm major Kenneth Salmon set the Southern bench press record, lifting 350 pounds. What makes this even more impressive, Kenneth never lifted weights until he was a freshman at Southern.
It started my freshman year back in 2019, 2020. I was there with my friends, and then they were like, hey, we should work out. Let's build some muscle. They had me bench press. I'd never done it before in my life, so we started bench pressing.
Not only does Kenneth lift weights for the physical strength, but also what it does for his mental health. This is something that makes him relax, and he's able to help others, like here at the Halsey Wellness Center.
I do help people. I help others. I wouldn't say I'm like a personal trainer, but I feel like I do have the knowledge to say, okay, if you do this, do it the right way, and it'll help you gain muscle and whatnot.
Despite his massive strength, Kenneth is known by his friends as a kind and gentle person.
The first word that always comes to mind whenever I think of Kenneth is always like, he's a humble person. There are people who are like gentle giants, you know? And Kenneth is definitely one of those people that are the gentle giants, you know?
Kenneth has some good advice for people who are looking to start weightlifting.
Don't start off too hard on yourself. It's okay to take baby steps, because a lot of people, that intimidates them, like, oh, it's heavy weights, it's gonna hurt me, I'm gonna feel sore. It's okay to start off light. Everyone starts somewhere. You have to start somewhere.
For SAU News, I'm Hal Moore.
Kenneth's goal is to bench press over 400 pounds by the time he graduates.
The Gym Masters performed their final home show with Coach Schwarz this past weekend. 2 performances on Saturday night and Sunday afternoon ended the career of the legendary coach as he flips into retirement after 22 years of coaching Gym Masters. He has been impacting Southern students since 2000. The events included normal flips, tumbles, juggles, and other impressive athletic and coordination feats. During Saturday night's show, former Gym Masters came to do a surprise routine as a farewell to the legendary coach. There was a farewell video and finally a group huddle and prayer. Coach Schwarz might be retiring, but his legacy will live on.
When it comes to fashion, styles are constantly going in and out of style. Reporter Elise Deschamps scouted a few fashion-forward students on campus and asked them what they're wearing and what they've seen this season.
With chilly mornings and warm afternoons, spring forces us to get creative with the outfits we wear to class. But it is also time to finally pack away our heavier winter clothes and re-emerge with whatever pieces inspire us in the new season.
Fashion is really important to me. I feel like it's, for me, the best way to express myself. I really try to, it expresses how I feel, who I am that day, even the hour. I just, change 4 different outfits every day.
With each season comes a new series of trends that come into style. For example, long flowy skirts are super in, platform shoes have been in for a while, but I actually asked a few other students what they think about some trends this spring, and here's what they said.
I've noticed a lot of the hair clips. That's a huge trend. I've noticed a lot of white sneakers, which is coming back from the 80s. Very monochrome stuff and big t-shirts tied up, kind of 80s, but also 90s. I don't know. A lot of tote bags.
On campus, I've definitely seen people wearing sage green. That's a really big one. People have been carrying totes a lot. I've noticed that. And I guess just baggier clothes, high-waisted jeans.
There's definitely been a rise in skirts, especially long skirts. I've been seeing that around. More corduroy. A lot of vests, too. Sweater vests and stuff like that. A lot of vests. platform shoes as well. That's a big one.
Some other trends that will trickle down from 2022 runway shows include the color hot pink and skirts of every length. But at the end of the day, having style is more than just following trends.
Like, I love fashion because it's expressive, and it's kind of like every day you can express what you're feeling or who you want to be. So like take what you like, but don't do it just because it's a trend.
Most fashion-conscious students get most of their inspiration from pictures on Instagram and Pinterest and what their friends are wearing.
Student employment at Southern has declined this year, so the university created an extra show of appreciation for hard-working students. The Human Resource Office wanted to say thanks to all student workers and the areas where they serve. A big banner above the Old Student Center read, "Thank you for the positive impact you make on our students." HR staffers handed out cookies, pizza, and Starbursts. Campus supervisors highly value their employees and want them to feel that way.
We appreciate their hard work, and they pop because they're positive, optimistic, patient, and I'm sure that a lot of you have experienced that.
From housekeeping to cafeteria to dorm desk workers, no job goes unnoticed or underappreciated. Thanks to all our student workers who serve on campus and make it shine. You're a student worker. Did you feel appreciated?
I did, actually. I work at the marketing department here at Southern, and they gave me 3 coupons to CK2 for free food.
Ooh, 2 for you, 1 for me.
Exactly. Let's go after this. About this time each year, the student missions team holds its annual retreat. Brandon Bell, himself a returned student missionary, gives us an inside look into the training of prospective SMs.
It's no secret that Southern sends out student missionaries every year, but what many don't know about is the training and care that these students receive before they go out. Not only do they receive training on teaching and giving Bible studies, but they also experience several games, challenges, and team building. The retreat was full of memorable moments, so I decided to ask some of the students for their takeaways.
My favorite part of the retreat was being able to speak with an SM who had already been to the location that I'm going and learning so much information, like firsthand experience. She even drew out the map of the campus.
The most memorable moment was probably lying on the ground, freezing next to a bunch of other guys while the ladies had to lift our limp bodies over some obstacles. That was memorable because I almost got frostbite and a lot of shouting and yelling.
My favorite part was getting together with the other domestic SMs and just meeting other people who are going to be going away from home for a year. It just made me realize I'm not alone and that I have a crew of people who will be supporting me. So.
The sentiment was that this retreat was extremely special. Deciding to be a missionary can be a terrifying and life-changing journey. Luckily, SMs are not alone, and this retreat was a fantastic jumping-off point.
With SAU News, I'm Brandon Bell.
If you're interested in being a student missionary, you can find information on Southern's website or call the number on the screen.
For years, students who wish to record their original musical compositions on campus have had nowhere to turn.
But now, a solution may be in the works.
Reporter Roger Lantigua has been looking into this and joins us on the set. Hello, Roger.
Hi, it's good to be here.
I heard some students are helping to build recording studios on campus?
Yes, that's right. Ever since the Student Association Senate approved funding last year, professors and students alike have been hard at work getting this up and running. Here I am in the new recording studio, here in the office of Kurt Miyashiro, who is an associate professor of music here at Southern. And believe it or not, this is where our story begins, here in this crowded office. According to Miyashiro himself, he is no stranger to the world of music production. He started a recording studio at Union College while he worked there, and now he is bringing that same advantage to the table here at Southern.
Our dean of the School of Music, Dr. Peter Cooper, just said we kind of need to get some music recording potential here. We have students that are very gifted, and we're needing to open that kind of an area up for them.
This is a big undertaking for someone who is working alone. Luckily, one day in a music theory class, Kurt Miyashiro met Nestor Amparo. a sophomore student majoring in information technology.
Me and Ariel came to do something else, and Professor Kerr happened to be there, and he was like, oh, I asked him about the studio and stuff like that, like, how's that going? And it just came, now we have access to it, and he was just like, he was really open and really nice to let us use the studio whenever we wanted.
Nestor has been working on music production for as long as he can remember. And as soon as the Student Senate approved the budget for new recording equipment for the music department, Nestor was all in.
For the music department to have somewhere with state-of-the-art equipment, people can come make quality music that they can release and do what they need to do with it would be great. Like, I feel like it's about time. It's about time for sure.
He and his friends are involved in several of the music groups here on campus, including the merged church services.
So I'm working with two of my friends. Well, actually all my friends. We've made some hip-hop beats. We've made like Christian music, some Christian arrangements. So right now, it's nothing has been made concrete, but just a lot of ideas have been flowing.
Nestor doesn't see it as just another point in time. He sees it as another opportunity to serve and to share his talents.
We hope that the music that we make here can reach a lot of other people, make a lot of people decide to come here to Southern, and let other people know that this is a safe place to make your music, the music that you want to make, and a place where you can be creative. So we just hope to like spread the word about the studio and have it be poppin'.
I had a chance to record several vocal tracks on the new equipment. It actually sounded great, and the people working with me were a joy as well.
So where can students sign up to use this new recording studio?
Very good question. It's on the 3rd floor of the music building in Kurt Miyashiro's office. There's a sign up on the door. Simply leave your name and number in one of the time slots, and someone will be in touch.
Thanks so much, Roger.
Of course, my pleasure.
Soccer season is upon us, and the games are attracting big crowds down on the running track. Reporter Maria Hernandez followed the games and brings us the details.
Spring is here, and with it, soccer season. Students have been waiting to play out in the fields the whole semester, and now they get to enjoy with their friends. Some students share with us what they think about the 5-week season.
It's one of the best intramural sports I feel just all so many people kind of join it. It's everyone can play. You don't have to be good at soccer to join. It's team sport, so it's not individual. So you just put together. It's there's more team spirit.
It's really good. I mean, mostly I have gone and watched the guys' game, and it's pretty good.
I do. I think it's really a nice way to get to know people and take study breaks and whatnot, have fun with friends.
Soccer season is really fun for everyone. All the players appreciate the diversity represented on the field and are very passionate about the sport.
1, 2, 3, beat the rise! Let's go!
With 14 ladies teams and 18 men's teams, soccer is very popular, bringing crowds to the fields. All games are later in the evenings, making it easier for students to attend and bring with them the soccer spirit.
The soccer spirit is actually really good. There are some teams that they actually practice, they are more intense, but there are some others that they just participate for fun, But actually I really like that everyone gets involved, and a lot of people really like playing soccer and watch soccer as well.
Regular season will end on April 21st, and playoff week will come right after. For SAU News, I'm Maria Hernandez.
This season is a little different from other years. Only 3 teams signed up for Ladies A and Men's A leagues, so Coach Walker decided to mix Leagues A and B together. For playoffs, the leagues will separate again. My little brother is actually playing down there, so I really need to make some time to go see him.
Be a good brother.
Yes.
SAU News is a production of the Television and News Production class here in Southern School of Journalism and Communication. I'm Christine Magnuson.
And I'm Josue Vega. Do you have a newsworthy story? Head over to our Instagram and send us a message at SAU_news.
Thanks for watching.